Alright, it's obvious that the big two quarterbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft are Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. They both have the resumes and traits of top 5 picks. Young's a little on the small side traits-wise, but he has the best resume of all the quarterbacks in this draft. After the big two, there's a big drop-off. They do have some traits you want your franchise quarterback to have, but their resumes are incomplete at best. So this brings us to the question, do you go more by traits or resume? I know you weigh in on everything, but which one of these two are heavier? Maybe the media is using traits to manufacture top quarterback prospects. Are they doing the same thing with Hendon Hooker? He started the offseason as a day 2 prospect, but they worked him up into the bottom of the first round. It's the opposite of Levis and Richardson, though. He has the numbers, completing 69.6% of his passes in 2022 for 3,155 yards, 37 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions over 11 games, but his traits are the question. Is Hooker the truth or a manufactured prospect? Alright, we start with the bad. You're going to have to hold on a minute because there's a lot of it. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he does turn the ball over a lot. He's fumbled the ball 16 times over his last 2 years at Tennessee. So you Raider fans out there that wanted him and couldn't stand Derek Carr for his fumbling, think about that. Man, that one went right to a player from Florida. He got lucky and his running back was able to get this one though. He gets lucky here too as one of his guys jumps on it. But ball security is an issue. Another thing is he ran the spread offense, not the air raid, so he was dependent on yards after the catch. He threw a lot of passes between 2 and 3 yards or behind the line of scrimmage. Here's one a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, but on the stat sheet it's a 15-yard completion. This one was also thrown behind the line of scrimmage, but on the stat sheet, it's a 20-yard touchdown pass. Now here's one that he actually threw 15 yards in the air, but the receiver went 30 yards with it after the catch. Then there's his deep ball, especially on the go route. He played with some athletes in Tennessee in a gimmicky spread offense that often got receivers open deep down the field, but he would often miss them. His deep ball percentage actually isn't bad at 48%, but remember, 20 yards is considered deep. He's better off in the 20 to 35 yard range. To me, it's like shooting an NBA three-pointer. It's not a high percentage shot, but if you're wide open for one, you better knock it down. And there were plenty of times where he had protection and a man running wide open down the field. Throws like this within an NFL game are throws that you can't afford to miss. Again, I expect no quarterback to complete all their deep balls, but if you have the right play dialed up at the right time and you have the protection and the man open, you got to get that one. Okay, now for the good. I'm not going to sit here and act like he just missed all his deep balls. He completed plenty too. That one traveled 55 yards in the air. That's the longest one from him I saw. There are questions about his arm strength. This one here is going to travel about 53 yards in the air. Here's a 45-yard dime coming. And here's one that's going to travel 40 yards. From 20 to about 40 yards is where he's consistent. Anything from 45 up, I don't know. Now here's a game where Hooker is healthy, and at the end of the first half, they have the second string quarterback come in to throw a Hail Mary. You don't do that if your starter has a big arm or throws a good deep ball. Now here's that range where he's deadly, about 35 yards. Anything around 30 to 35 yards breaking towards the middle like a post, he's going to be money on. Watch this dime on this post right here. You see how wide open he is though? My goodness. Here we go, another wide open receiver on the post and another dime. He doesn't have the greatest arm strength, so he's going to do his best throwing deep when he's throwing down the middle. This is the only 15-yard out route I saw him throw, so they must not have trusted him with that at Tennessee. Here's when he had to drive 20 yards down the field, but he was in the middle of the field and didn't even go outside the numbers. I don't think driving the ball 20 yards down the field outside the numbers is going to be for him. Here's a pretty rare completion in the tight man coverage. And as far as zone goes, this is about the tightest window I saw him throw into. Or is this one the tightest window I saw him throw into? You be the judge. As you see, he didn't do a whole lot of what pro quarterbacks are required to do. As a matter of fact, he kind of reminds me of Marcus Mariota. Everything was short and inside the numbers. He made most of his living over the middle. And he loved throwing to his tight ends. He only threw 2 interceptions because he had a lot of low-risk throws like this one right in front of him. Here we go again to the tight end off play action. And again off play action. He is a spread quarterback, so while he's not Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts, he can run. Here's a quarterback draw going for big yards. And here's a quarterback draw going for a touchdown. And in the passing game, he's not going to scramble around and find someone down the field like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. He's going to pull it down and run. Again, he's not fast like Jackson and Hurts, but he can get some things done running the ball. Oh yeah, he threw 39 touchdown passes, so he's good in the red zone. Here he is throwing what he loves to throw, a post. And here comes another one. Here they got him out of the pocket to throw a touchdown. Here he is again on the move. Oh yeah, and he can run it in for a score, making him very dangerous in the red zone. At the beginning of the offseason, there were a lot of Raider fans that had someone in mind for the first round and wanted to get Hooker in the second round. Now a lot of those same people are talking about trading back up into the first round to get Hooker. That's because a lot of the media has moved him out of the second round into the bottom of the first round. The media loves to elevate quarterback prospects because number one, they know there are some teams out there that are going to reach for a quarterback, and number two, it's the most talked about position in football. That's how Levis and Richardson became top 10 prospects. Now how about Hooker? Is he the truth, or is he manufactured and elevated by the media? Thank you for watching. See you next time.